Bethesda games often have a lot of issues, and we all expected Starfield to have some problems at launch that eventually modders would fix, but of course, now that gamers are calling out problems in the game, like some of the awful facial physics, journalists are calling us racist, saying that gamers just took pictures of BIPOC NPCs to attack them. I have a few different things that I want to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media so you can see when my content is posted, and of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and live streams I create, consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or supporter via YouTube memberships. So this, of course, is a Mary Sue article, and I am using an archive because I'm not going to give them my clicks. It says, I'm not loving the latest meme about Starfield's NPC faces. Maybe they could have went into this and said, I just simply don't agree with people. I think you guys are being too harsh on this game. You guys are being too judgy. You need to give it some time. And you know what? Okay, that would be one opinion. But instead of doing that, they completely attack anybody criticizing these NPCs in classic Mary Sue fashion. It says, when Starfield finally revealed its gameplay earlier this year, I was immediately struck by how odd the faces looked. I would like to clarify that they actually showed the gameplay for the first time last year, but you know, these people don't actually play video games, so they don't actually know. They had showed it at the Xbox Game Showcase last year, but whatever, we can move past that. These people aren't real gamers. I can accept that. I'm not a graphics purist by any means, but in the year since Fallout 4 released, most AAA games have made pretty incredible strides with facial detailing. 2018's Red Dead Redemption 2 continues to impress me. The faces in Baldur's Gate 3 have continually been impressive since early access, and then Siberia, the World Before shows impressive detail with facial models. That's great that other game companies can, you know, release awesome looking games with no graphical problems, but Bethesda is definitely not one of them. I mean, Bethesda is known for their technical difficulties, for their half-assery in some specific sections of games, and Starfield is really no stranger to that. There have been bugs, there have been glitches. In my opinion, it is pretty on par with Cyberpunk. I have been streaming a full playthrough of Starfield, and there have been several crashes, several bugs. I'm still enjoying my time in the game, don't get me wrong, but it is important to point out that this is a Bethesda game, and we all expected the Bethesda game to have issues. But it says the slop itself wouldn't be a problem if Bethesda's general fan base wasn't prone to pointing things out in what feels like very targeted ways. Of course, if you call out a fictional woman in a video game, a fictional black person in a video game, an Asian person, you at the end of the day are just sexist or racist or bigoted. That's all it boils down to with these people. When they can't come up with a legitimate argument, they just throw around the ists and the phobes. Now you would think, wow, the Mary Sue is writing a whole entire article about this one singular post. It must have hundreds, thousands of likes. It might be going semi-viral, and there must be such toxic comments on this. It is a post with 17 likes, 2 reposts, and 951 views. So they got triggered over a nothing post. Now, yes, there are similar images, of course, being shared online, but this one person posted this one image, and it's got, again, 17 likes. It's not going viral. It's not blowing up. There's really no reason why they should be writing a whole article on it. And instead, they attack the entire gaming industry. They attack everybody in video games who's basically criticizing Starfield. They say, when I initially saw this, my thoughts were probably similar to those of most everyone else. Jesus Christ, these look bad. The eyes, the motion rigging, it all felt like something you'd see in a new dev's first major finished product, but not in a AAA game. that requires 125 gigabytes to run. That should be it. That should be their argument. There should not be a but of course there is. They continue on with saying, but then I just had to pinch my nose and sigh, because of course the first thing gamers would do is take targeted pictures of almost exclusively BIPOC NPCs and make a meme out of it. It does not matter if the character is BIPOC. It doesn't matter if they're a man, if they're a woman, if they have black skin, if they're Asian. It does not matter. If the NPC looks bad, we should be taking a screenshot of it, sharing it on social media, and saying, Bethesda, this does not look good. This is not acceptable quality. But of course, they just have to make everything about race and about gender. That's all these people do. Instead of just saying, hey, people have an issue with the faces in Starfield. No, it turns into, well, you guys are being ists. It says, I know some people might try to shut this conversation down because it's just a funny haha Bethesda meme, and why do SJWs have to take the fun out of everything? Whatever, here's the thing. These pictures, especially the ones of the Asian man on the right, were very deliberate choices on the photographer's part. Now, I don't think they understand, but a majority of the NPCs in Starfield that I personally have seen are women, and a lot of them are not, just white people. So when you have a game where the majority of the characters and the NPCs are not, white men, you're gonna end up with pictures and screenshots like this. That's just how it goes. These people do not understand Starfield, they do not understand the game itself, and they don't understand that this isn't even a meme. This is just a picture where you have a compilation of in-game screenshots. That's not a meme. A meme is when, haha, you have a template and you add a joke, or you have some kind of joke around it. It just says Starfield faces, and then it's a picture. It's just an example of the issues this game has. It says, whether or not they had explicitly racist intentions don't really negate the fact that these pictures are contributing to racial biases certain types of gamers already nurse. For instance, this image is now being used as a dog whistle for gamers who do explicitly have racial biases. By who? This post has 17 likes. It's got 2 reposts, and I'm not trying to be rude, but 1 repost is from the user themselves, and then 1 repost is from someone who has less than 1,000 followers on social media, on Twitter. We are not talking about some post that is going viral that's got millions of likes right now, that people are in the comments saying things like, oh my god, I can't believe the NPCs look this way, and then pointing out their races and their gender. There are 2 comments, and one is from the creator themselves. This individual is presenting it like, wow, this post is blowing up. There's so much attention on it. It's, it's being used as a dog whistle. By who? I do not see any evidence of this at all whatsoever. This is why I constantly say, don't give sites like the Mary Sue your clicks. It's why I use archives for any articles of theirs that I am referencing, because this is the type of garbage they put up that they think, this is gonna make me money. This is gonna fill my pockets at my next paycheck. I hope that they didn't get clicks on this, because they do not deserve clicks on this. This is not real journalism. This is activism at its finest. And I know, right? Like, oh, it's the Mary Sue. Of course it's a bunch of activists. But this is like a whole other level. They're just straight up lying, not providing any evidence at all whatsoever, and still expect people to believe them. Their audience base must be freaking dumb if they click this and they believe half of the shit that they're saying in this article. I can't say I'm all that surprised that they put out a hit piece like this trying to attack gamers yet again, but here it is, the Mary Sue's latest article saying, I'm not loving the latest meme about Starfield's NPC faces where they cry about compilations of images of Starfield characters' faces and how terrible they look. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.